Bonjour, les étudiants, welcome. And so today we'll be continuing the lesson 7, Au Marche. The last class we saw 3 exercises, 11, 12, and 13. So today we'll be doing the exercise 1, 2, 3, and then 10. As I told you, we'll be omitting the fourth exercise. In the video, I'll be telling you why. And so that's it. We'll go for the slide. Thank you. And so here, lesson 7, Au Marche. So the other day we finished the 11th, 12th and 13th exercise. The 11th exercise, it's with passé récent, the verbe venir plus de plus infinitif. 12e exercice, c'est au présent progressif. C'est le verbe être plus en train de plus le verbe à l'infinitif. 13, c'est au futur proche. C'est le verbe aller plus infinitif. So today we'll be starting the first exercise. So transformer les phrases en utilisant ne plus. So ne plus. So far, like we have seen ne pas, which is not or don't. For example, if you say je ne viens pas, which means I'm not coming. Right? If in the place of pas you use plus, je ne viens plus. If you say je ne viens plus, so which means I come no more. Right? I come no more. So plus means no more or any more. Right? So we no longer do it. We no longer do anything. So in that case, we'll be using plus. Right? So they have given an example. Vous venez souvent chez moi. Oui, vous venez souvent chez moi. So you often come to my place. Oui. And here they have the answer, you got to change it like vous ne venez plus chez moi. Oui, vous ne venez plus chez moi, which means you no longer come to my house. Right? So in the place of souvent, we just remove souvent and we use plus. We can even say vous ne venez plus souvent chez moi. Right? So you can even say, but you can just remove the souvent and you can write vous ne venez plus chez moi. So same way here, tu es toujours libre. So the ne plus will be placed, the ne will be placed before the verb and the plus will be placed after the verb. Right? So here the verb être is conjugated. So tu n'es, n apostrophe es, plus. Oui, tu n'es plus libre. So we remove this toujours. Toujours means always. Okay. So tu n'es toujours. Pardon. Tu n'es plus libre. So which means you are no longer free. Right? You are no longer free. You are not free anymore. Even that way. Right? So or you can even write it with toujours. Right? Tu n'es plus toujours libre. Right? Tu n'es plus toujours libre, so which means you are no longer free all the time. You're no longer free always. Right? Voilà. So the second one, nous prenons des fruits. So the verb is prendre, which is conjugated. So before the verb prendre, we use ne. Nous ne prenons plus. So they changes to the. Okay, don't forget. So du, de, la, de, l'apostrophe or des will be changed to the. Nous prenons des fruits. Nous ne prenons plus de fruits. Oui. The third one. Il travaille régulièrement. So same way like toujours. Here we got regularly. Right? So travailler is the verb. So we place ne before travailler. So il ne travaille plus. You can omit régulièrement, or you can even write régulièrement after plus. Il ne travaille plus régulièrement. Oui, il ne travaille plus régulièrement. So il ne travaille plus régulièrement, which means like he no longer works regularly. Okay, so before he used to work regularly. Now he no more works regularly that way. Oui. The last before one, j'ai beaucoup de stylos. I have lot of pens. So the verb avoir is conjugated. So in between and before the verb avoir, you got to use ne. So the J apostrophe changes to JE, je. N apostrophe AI, je n'ai plus. PLUS. Oui, je n'ai plus de stylo. You can remove this beaucoup. Oui, and you can write plus. De stylo. Je n'ai plus de stylo. I don't have any more pens. I don't have any more pens. I don't have any pens left even. Or you can even write je n'ai plus beaucoup de stylos. You can even write je n'ai plus beaucoup de stylos. I no longer have much pens. Je n'ai plus beaucoup de stylos. You can omit this beaucoup or you can write it with beaucoup. So both are fine. So the last one, elle a beaucoup d'amis. So same way like this. Elle n'a, N apostrophe A. Then comes plus, PLUS. Elle n'a plus d'amis or elle n'a plus beaucoup d'amis. So both are fine. So she no longer has much friends. She has no more friends. So that way, elle n'a plus beaucoup d'amis ou elle n'a plus d'amis. She has no friends left. So we'll see the answers now. So here, so we used with toujours. You can even omit this toujours, régulièrement, and beaucoup. You can even omit. But even if you write, it's not a mistake. Oui, tu n'es plus toujours libre. Nous ne prenons plus de fruits. Il ne travaille plus régulièrement. Je n'ai plus beaucoup de stylos. Elle n'a plus beaucoup d'amis. Oui, voilà. So moving to the second exercise now. So here, this is the second exercise. Compléter avec une expression de la quantité. Right? You got to complete with some quantity, with some expressions regarding the quantity. So here, so these are some examples of the quantité, expression de la quantité. So when you mention a quantity, so like 1, 2, so here, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, the numbers, it's a quantity, right? So how many you'll be sent 2, 3, 1, 5, and so on. So that's actually an expression de la quantity, expression of a quantity, right? And un ou inde, so ce sont des articles indéfinis, so indefinite articles, which means an, or some. Du, de, la, de, l'apostrophe de, so these are the article partitif, so which means some. Du, it's used for masculine singular, de la for feminine singular, de l'apostrophe for both masculine and feminine singular, but when it starts with a vowel, and they it's for plural. So all these means some when you translate to English. Un kilo de ou un litre de. Right? Un kilo de, which means 1 kilo of, 1 liter of. Okay, so this is for solid things and this is for liquid things. Voilà. So 100 grammes de, 200 grammes de, etc. Right? So 100 grams of, okay, so less than a kilo. So we say 100 grams, 200 grams, 500 grams till 999. Right? So and so on. So in dizaine de. So actually in English we call dozen, right? 12. Okay, so a dozen of eggs, which means 12 eggs, right? So in French you can say in dizaine de, which means tens of 10. Okay, some 10 eggs. In dizaine de, if you say, which means a 10 eggs. Right? In douzaine de, this is a dozen, 12 eggs, right? 12. In vingtaine de, which means 20. Right? And so on. So in trentaine de, in quarantaine de, and it goes on. Right? Quelque means some. So same way like DES, these two DES. Okay, so you can even use quelque, but not in the same. So so quelque can be used for fruit and so on. So even DES can be used for fruit, fruits, legumes, and so on. Right. So now we'll go to the exercise. The second exercise we'll be completing with one of these expressions. So here, complétez avec une expression de la quantité. Nous achetons tous les jours 2 lait. So, nous achetons, we buy, every day. Tous les jours means every day. 2 lait. So, lait means milk, right? So, you can say 2 liters of milk, right? 2 liters of milk. So, you can say nous achetons tous les jours 2 litres. 2 litres de lait. L-I-T-R-E-S, D-E-L-A-I-T. Okay, litres de lait. Le matin, okay, le matin, je prends une café. So they have given win here. So the morning I take a coffee. So what you can fill in with. So if win it's not here, so you can use it with du. But here they have given win. So you can see here. So you can't say a kilo of tea or coffee, a liter of coffee, it's too much. Okay, so you can't say grams and so on. So it's better we use win tasse. Okay, the spelling it's tasse, T-A-S-S-E, T-A-2-S-E, de café. Le matin, je prends une tasse de café, which means the morning I take a cup of coffee. Une tasse. Right? Une tasse means a cup of coffee. Une tasse de café. T-A-S-S-E. And then space D-E space café. So the third one. Elle prend fruits pour le petit déjeuner. She takes fruits for the breakfast. Okay, so you can use some. She takes some fruits for the breakfast. So you can either use des or quelques. Right? So it's better you use des. Right? Elle prend des fruits pour le petit déjeuner. She takes some fruits for the breakfast. Right? Des. Tu achètes une orange. So oranges, you buy oranges. So win it's given already. So you can't use kilo because kilo it's masculine. Right? So it's better we use with the tens, 12s, 20s and so on. So you can write tu achètes une douzaine d'oranges. Tu achètes une dizaine d'oranges. You buy some 10 oranges, some 12 oranges, some 20 oranges. Right? So tu achètes une vingtaine d'oranges. Right? So you can either, you can write any one of these. Right? And the last one, je ne prends que salade pour le déjeuner. So salad, it's feminine, right? So it's feminine and it's singular. So we use de la. Okay, so I just take some salad for the breakfast. Okay, so it'll be like je ne prends que de la salade pour le déjeuner. Right, so it'll be de la. Right, so we'll check the answers now. Nous achetons tous les jours 2 litres de lait. Le matin, je prends une tasse de café. Elle prend des fruits pour le petit déjeuner. Tu achètes une dizaine d'oranges. Je ne prends que de la. The la is missing. Okay, so please write la here. Je ne prends que de la salade pour le déjeuner. Right? Voilà. So more options are possible, right? So in few of the sentences. So now coming to the third exercise, it's one simple exercise. Transformer les questions en utilisant l'inversion du sujet et du verbe. So hope you remember in 8th standard we did so the questioning forms. Okay, there are 3 different types of questioning forms in French. So when you are expecting an answer with yes or no. So the first one it's with intonation. Okay, l'intonation. Deuxième avec est-ce que. Troisième c'est l'inversion. Okay, so the first one is intonation. So for example, the second sentence it's an intonation. Elle a une voiture. Oui, elle a une voiture. So the first sentence, it's an example for est-ce que. The second one, est-ce que vous prenez le déjeuner? Okay, so the third one, it's with est-ce que. The fourth one, it's with est-ce que. The fifth one, okay, so this is the intonation. Pourquoi il ne vient pas au cours de français? Right, so it's with pourquoi anyway. Right, so now what you have to do, it's actually you go to change these questions to inversion. Okay, you got to transform these sentences, change these questions in inversion form. So how you do it? So you got to remove this est-ce que. Wherever you got est-ce que, will remove est-ce que. Right? So here, voilà. So three things you got to remove. And what you'll do then? So inversion, it's actually the subject comes second, verbs comes first, right? So here, vous prenez le déjeuner. Okay, so that's intonation. Est-ce que vous prenez le déjeuner? It's with est-ce que. Prenez-vous le déjeuner? So prenez comes first, vous comes second. Prenez-vous le déjeuner? Okay, so do you take lunch? Okay, do you take lunch? So the second one, elle a une voiture. Elle a une voiture. Okay, est-ce qu'elle a une voiture? The second form. Third form, it's a-t-elle une voiture? A comes before. And in order to connect, we'll be using a T in between. Okay, in between A and L, you'll be having an hyphen. T, hyphen, L, une voiture. A-t-elle une voiture? So the third one. Est-ce que Pierre comprend le mot? So does Pierre understand the word? Okay, so you remove est-ce que. Pierre comprend le mot. Okay, so in inverse, like it will be like you remove est-ce que. Pierre comprend-il? Comprend. Then comes il. So it replaces Pierre. So Pierre will be there anyway. So Pierre comprend-il le mot? Okay. So the fourth one. Où est-ce que vous travaillez? So you just remove est-ce que. Où travaillez-vous? Où travaillez-vous? Where do you work? Pourquoi il ne vient pas au cours de français? So why isn't he coming to the French class? So pourquoi will remain the same. We don't remove this. Pourquoi ne vient-il pas au cours de français? Okay, when it's in negation. So ne comes first, verb comes second, subject comes third, pas comes then. Okay, so pourquoi ne vient-il pas au cours de français? So here you can see. Prenez-vous le déjeuner? A-t-elle une voiture? Pierre comprend-il le mot? Où travaillez-vous? Pourquoi ne vient-il pas au cours de français? C'est bon? Okay, we'll move to the 10th exercise now. Okay, so we don't have the 4th exercise as it's just a tabular column of subjunctive. It's just a conjugation. We don't have any exercises using a subjunctive. So we'll just omit that 4th exercise. The 5th, 6th, and 7th exercise are with pronouns. We'll see it in the next class, right? And so the 10th exercise, it's kind of simple and it's a bit related to the previous one that we did now. So we'll do this. Posez des questions. You got to frame some questions. So the first one, j'apprends le français parce que je veux aller en France. Oui, j'apprends le français parce que je veux aller en France. I learn French because I want to go to France. Okay, I learn French because I want to go to France. Okay, so I'm learning French because I want to go to France. So that's what it means. And so when you change, okay, so when you frame a question, it will be like, why are you learning French? Okay, because in the answer we got parce que. So in the question, it's better we use with pourquoi. Pourquoi apprenez-vous le français? So when in the answer we got je, in the answer we'll be using tu or vous. Oui? So pourquoi apprends-tu le français? Or pourquoi apprenez-vous le français? Oui? So the second one, je prends le déjeuner à 13 heures. Je prends le déjeuner à 13 heures. So the accent is missing, excuse. So I take lunch at 13 hours. That is 1 p.m. I take lunch at 1 p.m. So they are precise the timing. Okay, so it's better you ask like at what time you take your lunch. Okay, at what time you take your lunch. Or you can even ask like at 13 hours at 1 p.m. what do you do? Okay, so two ways of asking the question for the sentence. So, à quelle heure vous prenez le déjeuner? Okay, à quelle heure vous prenez le déjeuner? You can ask. Or if not, à 13 heures, que faites-vous? Okay, à 13 heures, que faites-vous? At 1 p.m., what do you do? Even you can ask it that way. Okay? So, the third one, ils vont au cinéma. Ils vont au cinéma. So they are going to the movie. Okay, they are going to the movies. Okay, so to the hall, cinema hall. Ils vont au cinéma. So the verb aller is given and the place is given. So it's better you ask where do they go? Where are they going? Where? It's où. O-U, accent grave. Oui. Où vont-ils? Okay. Où vont-ils? So where are they going? So here, ça coûte, c'est missing. Ça coûte 25 roupies le kilo. So ça coûte 25 roupies le kilo, which means it costs 25 rupees, 1 kilo. Okay, so or a kilo costs 25 rupees. So you got to ask like how much costs a kilo, right? How much or how many? We use the same word, combien. Combien coûte le kilo? Combien coûte le kilo? Or combien ça coûte le kilo? Okay, you can just remove the ça or you can add, so that's not a mistake. Combien coûte le kilo or combien ça coûte le kilo? So the last one, il lit les journaux le matin. Il lit les journaux le matin, which means he reads some newspapers. He reads newspapers the morning. So the question you should ask like, when does he read newspapers? Or the morning what he does? Okay, so two ways of asking the question. So morning what he does or when he reads newspapers. So you can ask like quand lit-il les journaux or quand il lit les journaux or even le matin que fait-il? Le matin que fait-il? What he does the morning. Right? So you can either choose like or even you can write it on your own. If grammatically it's correct then it's fine. So here we got the answers. Posez des questions. Pourquoi apprenez-vous le français? À quelle heure prenez-vous le déjeuner? Où vont-ils? Combien ça coûte le kilo? Quand lit-il les journaux? Voilà, so that's it for today. We just did 4 exercises and kindly keep up with your notebook. So please write neatly, properly. So merci beaucoup. On continue la session prochaine. Thank you so much. Be safe.